Hello and welcome on Zuechel.tv. Today I just want to talk with you about the topic communion. So, first of all, I really hope you like the ambiente. I had enough from the whole time filming in my apartment, so I thought now I will go out and make a new video in the nature. So, I don't know how is it with you, but for me, I grew up in church. And when I grew up as a child in church, we took a lot of communion. Like when, I think one times in the month or something, just when the pastor announced it, and then we took the communion. And for me, it was always like, oh yeah, I believe in Jesus, so I drink now his blood, and I eat now his body. As I drink now the grape juice, and I eat now the bread. And it was always for me like, it was something special because I believed in him, but it was for me more like, oh yeah, I do that now. Okay, good, yeah, because I believe in him. Oh, yeah, I'm a believer. I do that. You know what I mean? It was just a thing that we do because we are believers. Also for me, it was like this. I do it. Why? Because I'm a believer and I believe in him. And this is true, and this is fine, and this is good. And then, like many of you know, I lost my faith and I got really deep in drugs and everything. I mean, many of you know that story because I told you that in the other video. And you know, after that, when I came back to faith, I met a guy, and this guy soon became like a really, really good friend of mine. He was my best friend. Now we don't have so much contact, but this doesn't matter. But there he was like one of my best friends, and you know, in this time, he introduced communion again to me, but he introduced it so differently to me, because when I took with him communion, it was like we wanted to eat the bread, so we started with, yeah, now comes the bread, but then we started praying together. I first prayed, then he prayed, then his friends prayed, and it was just like we were just like praying for 10 minutes, like, Lord, thank you for the bread. Oh, that's so good. Thank you so much that we can have communion with you. Oh, that's so beautiful. And then he started crying and and then you were just praying and praying and praying. We were like, oh, can we eat it now? No, I need to pray again and I want to pray more. And wow, Lord God, you're so holy. And it was so special, it was so beautiful, it was so different. And then we ate the bread. And then we came to the cup, to the wine, to the grape juice. And with the grape juice, it was the same. It was not like, oh, now here's the grape juice, we can drink it. No, he just started praying, and he was just like, Lord, thank you so much for the blood that you spent. Thank you so much that I can have now for that relationship with you. Thank you so much that this blood is over me. And it was something so holy, it was so beautiful. And for me it was something so amazing because I never took communion like this. I know when I was the first time with his youth group and we were taking the communion like this, and everybody was just praying, and it wasn't like, I mean, most of the time when you take communion, like one of the persons is like leading the whole thing, and then he speaks their prayer. You know what I mean? Like he speaks like, yeah, thank you for the bread. Now we eat the bread, and everybody's like, yeah, thank you. And then he's like, yeah, thank you for the blood, and then everybody takes the blood. And this isn't wrong. You know, this is not like, oh, you're doing it wrong, you need to do another way. No, that's no point what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that when I took the first time communion like this with my friend, I was just blown away, because it just gave me personally such a deep new revelation of who Jesus is, and through the communion I just met the Lord so more, you know, like it's growing so deeper to him. And I remember like one time I was talking with him about communion, and he was just looking at me and said to me, you know, like, Timon, it was a time before when my group and we took communion like everybody else, like this thing, like, yeah, just take it and everything. But then one time it made click in our group, and we just started like proclaiming really what God wants to give us through the communion. And it was more like a really beautiful prayer time. And when we started doing this, Timon, this changed so many things in our lives, because we just grew so near to the Lord. And you know, man, I mean, Jesus said that, or Paul said, I don't know, Jesus or Paul said in the Bible that we should take it so often, like that we should take it often because it's something beautiful and we should do it. And you know, it's you can take it in two ways. You can take it like, oh yeah, I believe, Lord, and I take it, and that's good because you're a believer. But you also can take it, and then before you eat the bread, that's what I do, because you know, like, yeah, before you take the bread, you just start praying and say, Lord, I thank you for your body, and I thank you that I am with you, and that you have given your body for me, and that I can have now communion with you through that, and that I can be connected with that. And when you start praying so deeply before you taking the communion, it becomes something so special. You know, like, I remember sorry, I just man, I mean, you see it. Hey, yeah, you saw these two guys in the video, and they came now to me, and we had a good talk and everything. But so I needed to cut the video there, and I thought to myself that I will now do the rest walking, because they wanted to sit there, and I thought like, yeah, why not? I mean, it's okay. So yeah, the thing that I was talking at the end, sorry for the undercut from the video. It sometimes happens like this, but it's okay. And now just to sum it up, I undercut it there where I was so laughing, and the reason why I'm so excited and so much laughing is like, you know, I'm so excited to take communion, and it's something so deep, something so beautiful, and something so special that, in my opinion, we sometimes we lost it a little bit in the church, because we just made it to something that, yeah, we just do because, yeah, we do it. You know what I mean? Because the one beautiful thing about this, after I did this with my friend in the beginning, I just saw something so beautiful in communion, so I started taking it like every day, not like every day, but I took it a lot, and I even had like my communion set with me, with a little bit of bread and a little bit of grape juice or wine, so I could take it everywhere I am. Not of the reason because like, oh, this bread is so holy and this wine is so holy, but because every time when I took it, it just took me personally deeper into the thing who Jesus really is. It just showed me it deeper and clearly, and I could just see him more through it, because it just drove me near to him. And I want to encourage you that when the next time you start taking communion, and when you take it, start praying before you take it, and really just take the bread in your hand and say, Lord, I thank you for your body that you have given for me. I thank you for that you have done, and just start proclaiming this beautiful thing that he has done over you, and you will start praying. I mean, I have so many times that I'm just praying and praying and praying, and to think like, Lord, I need to take it now. But no, I cannot stop praying, because it takes me so deeper to him. It's like, it's such a key, it's something so beautiful. And yeah, that's everything that I just wanted to tell you with that video. I just wanted to encourage you that you start taking communion more, and that you just start looking more onto him when you take it to you. You know what I mean? That you don't take it like, oh yeah, that's something that we do because we believe, but really believe it from your heart, and start praying when you do it. Like, just, yeah, man, it's key. It's a key, and it's something so beautiful, and it just should be encouraging to you. Yeah, so thank you very much for watching this video, and sorry for the little cut, but sometimes some things like this happen, and I wish you a really blessed day, and see you next time on Zuechel.tv.